For students of the Bible, anyone who studies Torah, the first chapters are the most enigmatic, the most exciting, and the most full of meaning. Every sentence describes some major feature in creation. For example, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth, and there was water covering the land, and the Spirit of God, Ruach Elikim, merachefes al pnei hamoyim, hovered over the water. What in the world does that mean? The earth was covered by water, and over the water there was the Spirit of God hovering. Hovering is an interesting word. It describes a presence that is there but not completely there. It hovers. It's not on the water, it's above the water. It's not disconnected from the water because it's hovering over the water, but it's not touching the water. It's there, so close, yet so far. The literal meaning of the word ruach is not spirit, but spiritual. Ruchnius means spiritual. So, what is a truly spiritual part of creation? Not the angels. The really spiritual part of creation is the reason and the purpose for creation. That's the intangible. Everything created is more or less tangible, even if it's a subtle thing. But the truly spiritual is a truly intangible, and that is the reason, the purpose, the motivation. Right? Now, the purpose and reason for creation is not part of creation, and yet it so much is part of creation because it's the whole purpose and reason that brings creation into being. So it's hovering, which means that it's not part of creation, it's above creation, but not irrelevant to creation, strongly relevant. The rest of the Torah is telling us how we can bring that purpose that is relevant to creation into the creation itself and thereby transform the physical existence and make it what it is meant to be, which means the purpose becomes the actual reality. When the world behaves the way it can, its potential, which is the goal and the objective, the ruach. Our job is to take that ruach, that spiritual, intangible purpose for creation, and making it an inseparable part of creation itself. Not hovering, but permeating the world. What ultimately is that purpose? The times of Mashiach. When Mashiach comes, the original intention and purpose will become everyday reality in the creation itself. A quick example. The Talmud discusses what does one do concerning the observance of Shabbos. How do you observe Shabbos if you lose track of time and you don't know what day of the week it is? It can easily happen. You get shipwrecked on an island and you were unconscious for a while. You don't know for how long. You don't know what day it is. God says, remember the seventh day to keep it holy. But we forgot which is the seventh day. What do you do? So there are two opinions. One opinion is you count 6 days, and on your seventh day, you observe the Shabbat. The other opinion is today might be Shabbat, so you observe it as Shabbat, then count 6 days. There was a very holy rabbi who, as a child, was studying or was being taught this piece of Talmud, and he asked his teacher to explain how this is possible. So the teacher describes the shipwrecked kid. Says, but how is that possible? He was a young boy. Finally, the teacher says, what are you asking? He says, how is it possible that you don't know whether today is Shabbos? Shabbos feels completely different than any other day. See, this is a person for whom the Ruach Elikim has come down and permeated his existence. It doesn't hover anymore. In the same way that when we believe something, that hovers. Once we get to know it, it has been internalized, now it permeates. So the process of bringing that intangible into the tangible, that's what Tikkun Olam is all about. How do we fix the world? We unite the physical reality with its spiritual purpose and intent. When the world becomes what God intended it to be, that's a fixed world. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there's a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.